Hello and a very warm welcome to everyone joining us. I'm Mr. Tabassum, Membership Chair of SCETW ACMW Student Chapter, and I'll be the host today for the final day of our 2-week Engineering Conclave, Rethinking Engineering Futures. Over the past 11 days, we have explored diverse perspectives from academia, industry, research, and innovation. And today, as we conclude this incredible journey, we have two remarkable sessions lined up. So let's get started. Our first session of the day, Generative AI in Medicine, from research to real-world applications. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Ibtissam Essadik, a researcher in artificial intelligence with a PhD in computer science and AI. Her work focuses on the development of intelligent systems and machine and deep learning models, particularly for applications in medical imaging analysis, modern healthcare, data science, and smart technologies. She has published extensively in peer-reviewed journals and actively contributes to international conferences and scientific collaborations. Dr. Essadik is passionate about leveraging AI to resolve real-world problems and promoting innovation through interdisciplinary research. We are honored to have her with us today for taking this session. Ma'am, over to you.
Hello? Hello? Did you hear me right now? Good.
You are now muted.
Is my presentation clear for you?
You are now unmuted.
Okay.
You are now
Firstly,
muted.
I have to thank the program committee of this interesting event for inviting me to make a lecture and to be a part of this interesting event, especially Mr. Kishore Reddy. So I'm so happy and honored to share with you my lecture entitled Generative AI in Medicine and Healthcare from Research to Real-World Application. So my name is Ibtissam Essadik. I am a Doctor of Computer Science and AI from Faculty of Science, Ibn Tofail University in Kenitra, Morocco. And also I am a IT professional trainer and co-founder of the startup Africa Space Artificial Intelligence, which is a collaboration between three person, me and two other person, experts from Djibouti and Ivory Coast. So welcome for this session. So the roadmap of my lecture, I will start by biographical notes of my career, and the second session will be about AI in medicine and healthcare. I will the objective of my presentation is about the generative AI for medicine and healthcare application. And finally, we will discuss the challenges and future direction in applying AI or special generative AI in healthcare sector of medicine. So first about my biographical notes. So I am a citizen from Morocco. So after obtaining my baccalaureate in 2030. So I start my academic or university studies in Faculty of Science and Technology in University of Moulay Ismail, in Rashidia, Morocco, where I obtained my my bachelor degree in software engineer. After I continued my university studies in University of Marrakesh, Qadaiyat, where I obtained my specialized master degree in data science. And then now, currently, I hold a PhD in computer science and artificial intelligence from Faculty of Science Ibn Tofail University in Kenitra, Morocco. And with my thesis project was a project collaboration between the University of Kenitra and the University of Nantes, France. So after that, I had a lot of experience as a IT and computer science trainer in multiple institutions such as Institute of Professional Technology Studies in Europe Federation Group in Kenitra, and I was working as a lecturer in computer science and artificial intelligence in Ibn Tofail University in Kenitra, and now from 2024, I'm working as a professional trainer and the co-founder of the startup Africa Space of Artificial Intelligence. As I said before in the title. Diapositive, and also I'm invited in a lot of events such as Keynote speaker and scientific contributor in AI, data science, medical imaging, applied AI in smart healthcare and etc. And also I am invited as the program committee member and reviewer for multiple international conference and journal about the AI and intelligent computing system. So that's a brief about my biographical notes. So my research interest is about applying AI to create decision making system, intelligent decision making system, and especially I'm working in computer vision system for real world deployment, applying machine learning algorithm and deep learning for decision support system. And especially I am focused in smart healthcare system and analyzing and classifying 2D and 3D medical image analysis. Sorry. And also another research interest is applying generative AI techniques, models for data enhancement, synthesis, and augmentation. Also to make solution explainable and traceable. So working on explainable AI, XAI, and model interpretability in critical application. Also, I'm working on multimodal data fusion and learning. So the second section of my presentation is about AI in medicine and healthcare. So this diapositive is about everyone of us is now know what is artificial intelligence, what is smart systems, and etc. But there are a lot of definition of artificial intelligence. But what is focus a lot for me is the definition of the John McCarthy, which is an informatician and mathematician from USA, which resumed the definition of artificial intelligence as a sentence, which is the science and engineering of making intelligent machine. So if we define each word from this definition, so the artificial intelligence make us to create intelligent systems that think humans, such as human thinking and think with reasoning and help to decision making and etc. So the second thing is thinking rationally. and acting humanly and acting rationally. So to resume this, artificial intelligence, it can include learning, reasoning, decision making, and natural language understanding, such as human acts. So here it's this figure or schema generates the technology that include in artificial intelligence, such the big ball is the artificial intelligence that help us and offer techniques that enable machine to solve tasks in a way like human do, as I explained before in the definition of AI. And those three subsection from AI is machine learning, artificial neural network, deep learning, in general machine learning contained a lot of algorithms that allow computers to learn without being explicitly programmed. And a subsection of machine learning is about the artificial neural network that are inspired from the brain, and creating algorithm that is inspired from brain learning algorithms, and the advanced algorithms in AI, which is the deep learning technologies, which is a subset of machine learning using deep neural network. So here in this session, I will present some application in AI, about AI in medicine and healthcare. So in the sector of medicine and healthcare, we have to make difference to understood and understand the difference between medicine and healthcare. So the medicine is about the clinical focus, but about the healthcare, it's a general, as I make here, is a general that have also the techniques in that's contained in medicine management and patient service. So I will start by the AI in medicine. That's I explained the technology that are special for clinical focus. So some application in this sector are medical diagnosis. The meaning is we create smart system that can help the doctors or the experts or medicine experts to assist in detecting disease from imaging such as X-ray, MRI, MRI, microscan, etc. That is the one of the interesting points of applying AI in medicine. So the second is using the patient outcome or the patient data for predictive analysis. For example, using the historical data from the patient to progression of diseases, etc. So another application is clinical decision supports, is which help the experts in the clinical to recommend treatment based on the patient data. That means we use the historical data in databases existed in the clinic to create and recommend treatment for each patient and each disease's progression. So another technique is personalized medicine, which help the patients to have personalized technologies that help each person and each patient individually, such as tailoring therapies using genetic information, biomarkers, and patient-specific data. And before the final point is drug discovery and development. So now we find the clinical experts and chemical experts using AI to accelerate in the identification of new molecular drugs, proposing and clinical trial design. So that help AI help a lot the experts in drug discovery to develop molecules and predicts molecules for drugs discovery and development. And finally, the last point I add in my presentation here in this diapositive is using techniques of artificial intelligence in developing robotic assistance in the surgery. So finally, we heard about China that opens first AI hospital that can help patients to have personalized medicine and help the medicine to have assistance in the clinic. So this is an interesting point of applying AI in surgery, is creating robotics that help in the surgical precision and reducing invasiveness with AI-assisted robotic system in the clinic. So this point and this diapositive or this point, I explained some application of artificial intelligence techniques in the field of medicine. So those applications in medicine are specially focused in the clinical decision or the clinical application. So in general, when we talk about the healthcare, as I explained before, healthcare is a global idea or a global sector that's contained medicine, management, patient service. That's so AI in healthcare offer include all application of AI in medicine use case, such as I explained before, diagnostic imaging, predictive analysis, personalized treatment, robotic surgery, and drug discovery. And when we talk about the management and patient services, so we're talking about the administrative task, patient engagement tools, hospital resource optimization, population health management. So here in the four last points, I make some examples for each application. I will start by administrative tasks. For example, using the electronic health record (EHR) for management to reduce paperwork, or using AI for automation of scheduling, billing, insurance claims, etc. For the patient engagement tools, so the experts in the healthcare sectors trying to create AI-powered chatbot, virtual health assistant to help patients or the experts to have more guidance. In anytime 24/7 days for patient support. So for hospital resource optimization, so there are some applications such as predictive model for bed allocation, staff scheduling, and supply chain management, ensuring efficiency and cost reduce. So all of those applications help the healthcare sector experts to make optimization of hospital resource. And finally, the last point I add here in this application is the population health management. So healthcare experts work as IT engineer or AI researchers to analyzing large-scale health data to detect public health trends, track epidemic, and design preventive care strategies. So here I'm going to present some works. So my works as a research project. So my thesis here, I'm going just to present two or three three works that's related about application of AI in healthcare or medicine, etc. But I will not present all my technical projects and the research here, and will present just two because the time and etc. of the session. So the first project I will share with you is my thesis project about the cerebrovascular bifurcation identification. So my thesis, as I explained before, it is a collaboration between University of Kenitra and University of Nantes in French. So the University of Nantes help us to take in the data, the personalizing data, because here in Morocco, I find a problem to take real data. So there are in open access platforms such as Google, etc. Data, but in my thesis, I want to work on the real data. So that's it. The collaboration was about the creating system that help radiolog to have a solution in the identification of the main cerebrovascular bifurcation in the 3D image data. So here I make a solution that I make in some of my papers. So, for example, here we create a solution that from 3D image. We was working about the segmentation, qualitization of the brain. So this example, this schema or this proposed method was one of my conference paper is about the identification of main bifurcation tree, the vascular tree, from the microscan image data, where we were working about the mice brain. So we take the microscan image 3D, and we working on the segmentation, qualitization, to extract the vascular tree from the 3D image, and after that we were working on bifurcation detection, such here this small image contain the bifurcation of interest. After that, we were working of manual labeling of each bifurcation of interest, and we extract the characterization computing. We were working of artery characterization for each bifurcation that help us to detect the main bifurcation of interest. So this technology, where we were working about the integration of machine learning using artery characterization for the identification of main bifurcation tree, the vascular tree. This conference was as a conference in the medical imaging conference in California, USA. So just here I just present one of my work in my PhD, but the general research is about the using the artificial intelligence techniques in identification on the main cerebrovascular bifurcation in the different type of 3D vascular data, such as, for example, the detection of what I'm going to say is the detection of the vascular bifurcation in the circle of Willis in human brain, or the using of artificial vascular data, etc. So here, a lot of publications related in the same topic, research projects that were published in my thesis period. So another work that I was presented is about the combining of AI, artificial AI techniques and UHR data for classification of patient care. So one of my last publication, when I was presented in a conference in Morocco, is about applying the artificial intelligence to classify passion is to define if it will be outpatient or impassion. Outpatient is doesn't need to stay in the clinics, so it can continue the treatment out the clinic. About the passion, impassion is the critical person that need to continue the treatment in the clinic. So the work is about combining the UHR data sets and machine learning, deep learning, and the smooth techniques for data augmentation for the classification of patient care. So here I present some results. So the conference is in publication. So not yet published, but it was presented. It was presented in the month 6. Mine July. So there are some presentation, some results that I find in our work. So we find that using the smooth techniques for the data balance improve the outform of the results that help us to enhance the performance of machine learning for the classification. So those results will be published, inshallah, into Scopus database. So if anyone interested to read the publication and the techniques used and the methods, so just wait a little bit for the publication. So let's go for the generative AI for medicine and healthcare application. So as we know that AI is using a historical data for the creation intelligent system that help us for predict, classify, etc. based on the historical data. That's it. So for the generative AI, it is a new technology that help us to create new continents, not to predict or classify based on the historical data, but to create new continent, text, image, data that are some real example. That's we create new continent that is similar for the real example in the real world. So there are many examples of generative AI models, such as GANs, VAE, diffusion model, transformers like GPT, etc. So why generative AI matter in healthcare sector and medicine? So because it helps the experts in the medicine or healthcare sector to generate synthetic medical image for the data augmentation. When we have, for example, non-balanced data or limited data. So it helps also to simulate realistic patient record while preserving privacy. We know that that the data in healthcare sectors is critical to share with another person, because we have privacy of the personal data. So the generative AI help to the experts of AI experts, and to create the new realistic patient record, to create system for AI. So it helps also to support drugs discovery by generating novel molecule. So generative AI techniques help chemical experts and person professional in the drug discovery to generate and discover new molecule for the drugs discovery, and to help also in enhancing training data in low resource scenario. For example, when we have limited data set for making training or creating generative creating for pardon techniques based on AI. So for example, when we use, for example, deep learning, that necessitates a lot of data and for the training. So when we have a limited data, so the solution is apply generative AI models for creating new data in the training. So that's it. So the schema here presents the evolution of generative AI in smart healthcare sector. So there are a lot of sessions that explain the evolution of generative AI from the classical machine learning models in the 2013. For example, that is known by introduction of neural networks and background propagation. So it is known this area by the introduction of deep learning algorithm in the 2006. So this area is known by limited use for the generative AI models. Is known by classical machine learning algorithm for the classification, prediction, such as PCR machine learning, sample, or traditional machine learning. So there are no generative capability in this area. So between 2030 and 2040, so here the areas where we have the emergence of generative AI models such as GAA and GAN in 2030 is known by the introduction of variational autoencoders VAA, and one of the use of this algorithm was used for the anomaly detection in medical images and generative synthetic patient data. And after that, after 1 year, the scientists Ian Goodflow introduced what we know GAN, generative adversarial network. So this algorithm again was used for the synthetic medical image, MRI, CT, microscan, etc., data augmentation for rare diseases. So when we're talking about the rare diseases, so there are many limited data. So we can use this algorithm to create new data for the training and diagnose the rare diseases. So the emergence of transformers was introduced in between 2017 and 2020. So the transformers was introduced by Google in 2017. So it was helping for the foundation for clinical language model and biomedical text mining. So after that, the OpenAI realized GPT, which is generative pre-trained transformers in 2018. So the GPT was used for medical dialogue system and clinical documentation assistant creation, these techniques. So after that, there are many developments of GPT. We have the GPT-2 that is used for the summarizing clinical note, generating synthetic EHR, EMR data. There are GPT-3 that is help for the clinical question answering, medical chatbot prototype, image to text use case. And also we cannot forget the creation of diffusion models such as Tail and Clip from OpenAI that help to generating text to image generation. So after this area, so we have the introduction of what we call the diffusion models. So we have the introduction of BioGPT, PubMedBird, that's speech experts or easy experts and AI experts use those models for the fine-tuned specialists for biomedical literature understanding, use that in the research or the creating the biomedical literature review and etc. There are also another diffusion model algorithm, which is the Stable Diffusion and Midjourney, which help for open image generation to public. So, and also in evolution of what we call GPT, in 2022, the OpenAI for to create or that help for the revolution public AI interaction and help the scientists for create AI assisted diagnostic systems and radiology, image generation, image enhancement, etc. So there are a lot of evolution of generative AI from one year to another year. So there are an accelerated evolution. And right now, from 2023, there are foundation models. There are a lot of evolution of GPT, such as GPT-4, GPT-5, GPT-4o, GPT-4v. For example, GPT-4G used for medical image and interpretation, document understanding, and there are also Midpalm, Dell, Cloud that help for medical license exam question, clinical reasoning, etc. And also we use to multimodal algorithms such as GPT-4o that combine text, image, and Business and diagnostic report generation, and image analysis using text, etc. So there are a lot of evolution of generative AI in the smart healthcare. So the application or the example that I use in this schema was obtained after my lab, which is about a brief survey on applied generative AI in smart healthcare. So that's why I resume here each generative models and their application based on the literature review and the application in real world area. That's it. So the next. So in this schema or this figure, I resume the application of generative AI models for smart and modern healthcare. So, there are many what we call many area when we can use the generative AI. Data generation, medical imaging, into research and literature review, using in the drug discovery and development, clinical documentation, development medical chatbots. So here, the generative AI is reshaping healthcare by enabling scientific data generation, improving diagnostic and supporting research. And this figure highlights the main application area where we have to work with the scientists of the healthcare and the scientists of IT or AI developers. So here in this diapositive, I will present it rapidly or quickly those models because I was presented in here in this schema. So just a review. There are many generative models used for the smart healthcare, such as large language models. We know LLMs like GPT-4, Midpalm, and another models that were trained on the large-scale biomedical text data. So we have in the for the image and tabular data, we have variational autoencoders and generative adversarial network GAN and VIO that were used for to create new data are similar to the really in the reality of the data. So we have the diffusion models and we have the hybrid models. For example, hybrid models, we have we combine two different models to handle complex healthcare tasks. For example, via GAN, we combine diffusion models with LLMs and etc. And finally, we have the graph-based generative models. Those models generate graph structural data such as in drugs discovery and development that help the scientists for the molecular structure and biological network. So that's it. So as I said, those resumed points are extracted from my last presentation of a scientific conference about the brief survey of generative AI for healthcare application. So in this paper, we were working about the making comparison of generative AI models and the use case of each models in the specific area of application. So this comparison were obtained after reading a lot of literature review papers that help us to compare, for example, in the synthetic data generation, which models that can help us for the balancing the data sets, improving data augmentation, etc. So we are based on a lot of reference papers that make in the reality and application data, making the comparison between the models and find that models it can help better in this specific application area, and that cannot help for the obtaining the best results. So for the synthetic data generation application area, so we have some use cases such as balancing data sets, rare class generation, and improve data augmentation. So we have application in a regulatory and ethical landscape. So the best model, generative model for those use cases is the GAN and VIO. So if you want to improve data augmentation or balance the data set, it is better to use the GAN and VIO for those applications. For the medical imaging, we have a lot of application use cases such as image synthesis, enhancement, reconstruction, translation, segmentation, annotation, image description, generation. So based on the literature review, so we find that you can use those algorithms, vision transformers, diffusion models, and GAN VAE, it give best results for the medical imaging analysis. For the disease diagnosis and treatment, we have EHR prediction, text prompt combining visual and textual medical data, development treatment strategy, scientific symptom profile. So you can use transform-based LLMs because we're talking about text prompt combining such as GPT, BERT, GPT-4V for visual data or image data. We can use via GAN hybrid models. In the area of drugs discovery and development, we have the graph models such as graph via GAN, diffusion models. There are LLMs models or LLMs models for example, AlphaFold, Multi5, Llama, GPT, DeepShim, etc. that help for molecular design and generation document simulation, help for prediction molecular property, generating novel chemical structure. So going to clinical research, when we are working on the research topic on literature review, so because we are working on the text, etc., or data or image or tabular data. So especially it is recommended to using the BERT, PubMed, BERT, GPT-4 for the medical education, health research, analysis, research result, data augmentation for scientific research, etc. So for medical chatbots, creating or making patient interaction, consultation, decision-making guidance, because it is based on the text in the big time with the text prompts for this use case. So it is better to use GPT-5, the Transforms 5, Midbound, Bubert, etc. And finally, we go into the clinical documentation to create documentation auditing solution, label and radiography reports, clinical, generating structural notes such as JOAP and BERT. So there are many papers that are based on the LLMs models such as Midpalm, T5, BERT, etc. So this if you are interested about this paper and this study, so the paper will be possible because I just presented in the month July, I think. So get in touch if you are interested about that, because it is if you are interested about applying generative AI in healthcare or application into medicine, etc. I think it is a brief survey to have a global idea about the generative models in the sector. So my current research project is about eye disease classification and identification of the tree, of the vascular tree. So we work about develop a deep learning system to classify the eye disease from medical imaging for early detection and improving patient care. So the approach is about I'm working to study all the diseases that get in the eye, for example, the cataract, the diabetic, etc. We are going to work on the global solution that help the experts for this topic. So we use a deep learning algorithm for the classification, such as CNN, mobile network, etc. So for the data augmentation, we are presenting or using the generative AI model to increase the dataset, because we have the unbalanced dataset. So, and we used also the generative model to enhance the image quality, to get better accuracy for the classification and identification. And also we work also in the segmentation of the image. So this work is my current work with my team. So the challenge in the last session is the challenges and future direction. So in the same last paper, the brief survey of generative AI for healthcare application. So I present or I identify the challenges and the future research in the application of generative AI in the reality application. So the integration of generative AI in the smart healthcare presents a significant challenges that require careful attention to ensure its effectiveness and ethical use. Is for example, we have, because we are working on the critical data about the patient care for the persons, etc. So we have to ensure the data quality, which is an essential challenge for accurate medical image generation using the generative models. Second challenge is biased training data that can use unequal treatment across demographic groups. Sometimes we have to bias results, and we find the results that are extremely not what we expect from the solution. So another issue is addressing algorithmic bias and fairness remained a critical issue. For example, in the literature review, we find that health gun algorithms and other similar models risk generating biases or misleading outputs. And another challenge is scientific data effectiveness depends on the quality and integrity of original data sets. And also we have to ensure the privacy of sensitive health data processed by generative AI is a major concern, because we have a critical data when we use AI, etc. So we have to ensure the privacy of the data when we use it, or we develop a solution based on the all the historical health patient data. So I continue the challenges in this diapositive. So when we apply the generative model in the healthcare, it's required advanced encryption, secure the data exchange, and regulatory compliance, such as we have to respect the regulatory compliance, such as HIPAA, GDPR, etc. So there are regulatory. In the same point, the regulatory complexity in the healthcare makes AI integration difficult, because we have to put attention in the data, and because it is the private, etc. And there are many points that make in the regulatory compliance make the integration of solution of AI is so difficult. So another thing is AI systems must comply with laws governing medical device and patient data. Also, there are an issue is the trust, because the trust between healthcare professional and AI system is not yet fully established. Because for me, sometimes when I propose, or my team propose a solution on this healthcare professional, we feel that there are not a lot of trust between the professionals in healthcare and the AI systems and the AI developers, etc. Because we go back to the regulatory complexity. Mixed integration of AI is so difficult in the real application. So there are the lack of transparency in model like GPT-4 and Llama, etc. that limit clinical reliability. And also we have to interoperability issue presents in integrating generative AI into existing system. So the professional into healthcare need to to know a lot of details about and probability about the integration system into the sector. So the future research direction, so to address these challenges and fully leverage the potential of generative AI in healthcare, several future directions should be considered. So there are many future directions that researcher work on those issues to facilitate integration of generative AI or AI in general into smart healthcare. So the first solution is develop ethical framework to get the use of generative model in healthcare. So using scientific data to improve dataset balance, fairness, and model performance, enhancing transparency with interpretability tools like CHAP and LIMS. So we talk here about the explainable AI when we make transparency of the AI solution, improve the model explainability to increase clinical trust in the AI decision, foster collaboration between software engineer, AI developers, and healthcare provider. Design AI tools that supports, not replace, because we cannot replace the clinical workflow, medicines or nurse, etc. We cannot replace the human totally 100% in that. So the solution is to create support tools based on the AI. So the stringent regulatory strategies tailored to generative AI in medical context promotes the responsible deployment of generative through rigorous validation and safety testing, explore personalized medicine, and improve access to generative innovation. So, as I said before, if you are interested about this topic, this area, so get in touch and just there is not a lot of time to publish this paper in the Scopus database or in my research gets profile. So if you are interested, just wait a little a little bit and you can get the paper complete. So thank you for the attention. Any question are welcome. Get in touch. This is my email. This is my portfolio page, and this is my LinkedIn. Ibtissam Essadik. So thank you so much for your attention. Any questions are welcome.
You are now unmuted.
Well, thank you so much for the session, ma'am. Moving on to questions. Okay, so since GANs and VAEs rely on high quality data, how can we ensure that the synthetic data is both reliable and unbiased?
So if we have an unbalanced data, so to know an unbalanced data, because when we use, for example, the classification in the topic of classification, so we have the classes when we want to train in the data sets, for example. So we have the classes if we don't have the same number or the same number, for example, if we are talking about the image, if we don't have the same number of image or quick close the number of image in this the another classes. So in this topic we have unbalanced data issue. So if we use the original data directly into the AI solution for the classification. For example, we don't have a best classification performance. So we have the underfitting or the miss output results. So in this, the first things to do in when we have the classification or prediction, if we have, for example, the class, we have to verify if we have the unbalanced data sets. There are a lot of solution. For example, using the classical techniques such my one of my work, I use the smooth techniques, which is classical techniques for solving the problem of unbalanced data. When we if we want to make more advanced technology, so we use the generative AI models such as GAN, CTGAN for tabular data. So we use that for making equivalence between the classes and having the high performance for the classification.
You are now unmuted.
Thank you for answering the question, ma'am. Okay. How can we ensure that trust and transparency? No, sorry. How can we build trust and transparency needed for AI adoption in healthcare?
So for the transparency, we're talking about
You
the
are now
explainable AI. So there are many techniques. Just I'm working also in the explainable AI for the smart healthcare index, etc. But I didn't publish it, not yet paper about this topic. But I'm working on that in my teams. I'm working on that. So we can use for the explainable AI techniques such as sharp and limbs are techniques that help to interpret the results of AI or generative AI in each topic. If we're talking about the healthcare or education or any another topic, so there are the same technology that we can use for the explainable AI.
You are now unmuted.
Thank you for answering this question, ma'am. So next question. How do you see personalized medicine evolving with the help of generative models?
Sorry.
You are now muted.
So also I'm working about the applied generative AI in the personalized medicine. So I'm working about the using the or fine tuning the GPT or Llama and etc. to create a chatbot to help for for creating the prompts and making conversation about, for example, medical image. If we have, for example, image of the scan, etc., we can use the chatbot to analyze the image. If you have a diseases or we have not a disease, we are not a patient, etc. So I'm working. There are chatbots. So in real world application, there are many startups that are applied chatbots for just asking the chatbot about what we can do, what we cannot do in the personal what we can what I'm saying in the personal treatment, etc. But in my side, so I'm working about combining the medical image about the and also the text to generate results about each patient of, or if we want to make plans or analyze the image, and we get, for example, we for example, uh, we can share with the chatbot an image from the scan, etc. And we get the analysis of the image or the plans, and we cannot do if we have to go in the clinic and we have not to do in the clinic, and what's the plan that we can do. I hope that I get a response to your question.
You are now unmuted.
Yes, ma'am, it does explain. Okay, so what is your vision of what is your vision in next decade about generative AI in medicine?
Sorry,
You
what
are
is
now
the first
unmuted.
word? What
What
is?
is your vision in the coming decade for generative AI in medicine?
You are now
So,
muted.
as I said in the future research direction, we cannot replace the professional the healthcare professional on medicine or nurse, etc. But for me, because we are working in the critical sectors such as healthcare and medicine, we cannot replace um, a professional by a robot or about a technology or about a machine. So if we use, for example, the generative AI models in the application technology or in the clinic, for example, in the surgery or the medical image analysis or etc. But yes, it facilitates and we get more time. For example, and we analyze the data and generate content, etc., and less time for the professional healthcare sectors. But I think we cannot replace. We create a solution that help the professional to get more time to, to to complete, for example, a task in quick time, etc. But we cannot replace the professional by a machine, etc. Especially when we are talking in the critical sector, medicine, etc. It is a critical sector. That's it.
You are now unmuted.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering all the questions and for giving such a enlightening session. So, as we move toward the closing of the session, I would like to ask you two light-hearted questions. Okay. So, if AI could be your healthcare assistant, what's the first task you would want it to do for you?
Sorry.
If AI could be your healthcare assistant, what's the
Mhm.
first task you will give it?
If AI if okay. For me, it is a personal question for me. For example,
You are now muted.
for me, I think it's I will use it for the research, for example,
You are
because
now
I'm
unmuted.
working in
You
the
are now
research,
muted.
documentation, etc. In my topic, education, etc. So I will use it for the generation content, reducing time in the literature review, creating you helping to creating notes, etc. But if I am as a professional, for example, as a professional healthcare, as a medicine or doctor, etc. For example, if I am a neuroradiologist or radiolog, I will use it to analyze radiology scans, for example, MRI or MRR, or microscan, image, etc., to get more time in in my work. That's it. To facilitate my work and my task.
You are now unmuted.
So, if we do have AI doctors, Do you think you can trust it as much as you trust the human ones? Uh,
Uh, okay, as I said,
You are now muted.
so doctors, we have a problem now because I cannot say the problem, but it's an issue because a lot of healthcare or medicine sectors don't trust on the AI solution. For example, in my country, yes, I find this issue because I didn't get the data from Morocco, for example, in my thesis projects. So because there are no trust between the no the no healthcare professional, you know. So I think right now we have this problem. We have to move on. So we have to create a trust between IT professional, IT professional such as AI developers, AI engineers, or IT engineers, etc., and healthcare sectors to facilitate the task in the clinical sector and the healthcare sector.
You are now unmuted.
all right, ma'am. Thank you for answering the questions. And once again, on behalf of all the participants and our Engineering Conclave team, I thank you for taking your time out and giving us this session on generative AI in medicine.
Thank
We
you.
yes, thank you once again, ma'am. We
Thank
hope
you
that
so much.
yes, we
Thank
do
you for inviting me. I'm so honored to be with you. So thank
You
you
are now
so much. I hope that my presentation is interesting for the people of the scientists, junior scientists that are interested on applying AI or generative AI in smart healthcare or modern healthcare. So thank you so much. It is an honor to present my research works and my ideas with you. Thank you.
You are now unmuted.
I'm so happy. Pleasure for me. Thank you.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
we'll be back after a quick
You are
break for our
currently the
final.
only person in this conference.
We'll be back after a quick break for our final keynote of the conclave. You can join again with the same live link.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted. You are now muted.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
You are now
Hello,
I
ma'am.
unmuted.
hope I
Yes, you're
hope I'm
audible.
audible.
Yes, you're audible, ma'am.
Okay. First of all, I'm really sorry for this delay. There was
You are now muted.
anyway. I got stuck in something which I really could not last moment. Some very urgent meeting came on the project which I'm working. I'm really, really very sorry. I sincerely apologize for that. Can I start now?
You are now unmuted.
Sure.
So, it's my privilege to introduce Miss Anindita Mookerjee Sinha, a seasoned leader with over 3 decades of experience spanning travel, aviation, infrastructure, transportation, and consulting sectors. She currently serves as head GCC Client Communications, Transformation, Engagement, and Strategy at Ernst and Young. She has previously held leadership roles at GBK Mumbai International Airport, GMR Hyderabad International Airport, and L&T Metro Rail Hyderabad, among others. She is a strategic communicator, reputation custodian, and mentor, specializing in integrated communications, stakeholder advocacy, crisis, and sustainability communication. Over her career, she has been recognized with 21 leadership awards, including a mention in Forbes India, and is a certified independent director by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Beyond her corporate career, she is trained Odyssey dancer, a former news presenter with Doordarshan, and an advocate for animal rescue and welfare, truly embodying the spirit of living a purpose driven life. Ma'am, we are honored to welcome you. All the screen is all yours. Over to you.
Okay. First of all,
You are now muted.
good evening, everyone. Uh, I know it is very late, so but I'll still try. So the topic for the day, micro move for macro impact. What happens is in our journey, whether it's our personal life or professional life, we don't get to know that how small our acts and small our contributions can have a major impact if we strategize it properly. So I especially would like to emphasize here that I know you all are all engineering students, technical students, but what I'm going to say, it is for any faculty, any stream where you study. It is for overall success, career success. And if you try to learn or understand or follow what I'm saying, and trust me, this I'm not saying just out of the cup, but this is all what I have learned hands on in my entire professional career. So here we go. So first and foremost, since you are just stepping into career, first of all you have to understand that you are landing up in a wonderland. So it sound you are very excited. It's a very new some feeling. It's a discovery in itself. Certain things you have to prepare yourself, which will make your journey easy. First and foremost, everything is not rosy. Why I'm starting with a bit, I would put it like we're not very positive, is because later on you can also learn the good things of it. But if we are a little conscious about our moves, then definitely it will help you to have a very, very, I won't call it successful, because success is, it's very perspective, but a career where uh, you will really be happy. You will enjoy each and every day going to office or working. The return of the interest, what you're investing in your career, will be very, very high. So first and foremost is you have to be very professional. Professionalism is very, very important. What is professionalism? Professionalism means definitely what you are meant to be, what is your JD or what you are supposed to do, to understand that to its to the last word of it. So you are supposed to understand each and everything what will be given to you, and with utmost accountability you are going to deliver it. That definitely is professionalism, and also it is laced by discipline, whether in a personal life or professional life, whether we agree or disagree. One has to learn what discipline is. Discipline definitely is, also it has, and it encompasses truthfulness, sincerity, integrity. It is very, very important. What you do, it has to be communicated, it has to be told. So make your contribution visible. That is very important. If you think that, okay, I am doing some good work, it will be noticed, it will be noticed, but you, without boasting about it, of course you have to ensure that there is matter to what you're doing, and it is as per the vision, mission, values of the company, the goals and the targets of the company. So you have to be a smart worker. So I'm sure if we break down the letters, the word smart, each letter, it has a different meaning altogether. So you have to be a smart leader, smart worker. Rather, in today's date, it is called smart plus professionals. That is something you have to do. So the goals what you choose or you set for yourself should be smart goals. Sustainable, it has to be measurable, it has to be attainable. The it has to be result oriented, and definitely it has to, that the target has to be achieved, definitely. So that is all about being professional in whatever career you take. uh, there is a saying that, a rolling stone gathers no moss. So we have seen a trend that youngsters now shift jobs very quickly. I recommend that any job you step into, be there, learn the ecosystem, learn the tricks of the trades, learn the nuances of the job, because it is not only a job, it is a learning and knowledge for you. So you have to learn and be a master in whatever you do, even as a starter. So that is very, very important. This is something, we often sorry, often see lacking in youngsters. But I suggest that at least be in a company for at least 5 years, then you change of another company. Because if you, hop, skip, and jump companies, you are not really learning the entire the grammar, I would say, the grammar and the literature of the job, also ecosystem, and also you should learn how to be, how you should interact with people. Every organization has its own culture, or, the diversity quotient, the inclusiveness aspects, their vision, mission, and values. So each and everything you are learning, preparing yourself, bracing yourself to the next step which you are going to take. For that, you have to first be your master for yourself. So make yourself visible, be accountable, do your best for sure, and try to learn. And I'm sure you must have heard that learn, unlearn, and relearn. That should be the motto of life. And professionalism definitely should speak about your words, so about your work. So speak about your work, make your work visible. I would say, in today's tough competition, make yourself visible, that people remember you. Oh, acha, so that person, whether it is you, whichever cadre you join, but people should know you. So bring create that camaraderie, recreate that ecosystem around you, that you make an impact and be visible. Second thing is be ready and responsible. Be ready to take any responsibility what is given to you. I myself, trust me, I have seen employees, and irrespective of their seniority, that if a work which is outside the purview of their routine work or the now JD or they're supposed to do is given, they are not very happy, and at times it is very much visible from their body language and tonality. Trust me, anything what you do, you are learning. And even if that does not have an impact right away, it will have an impact, I am sure, after some years. And you will realize that one day, oh, I had learned that, back then something new. It would come to your, definitely your, what you will do at that point of time. It has helped me. So be ready to take up any challenges, any responsibility, and shine. And what happens if you don't shine? Failure. Never ever, be a victim of, the impact of failure. You can be a victim of a failure, but not impact of the failure. Failure is just the threshold of your next success. If you are not, if you have not failed, it means you have not learned something new. Only if you fail, you will learn something new. If you make a mistake, if you're reprimanded or if you're told something, take it in the right spirit. Trust me, when it's very easy for me to say now, but when I was young, even I felt that pain, that anger, that I was crestfallen. I was very, I would say, I at times I lost confidence, but then I was very fortunate to have a good mentor. So that I learned that to err is human. You only learn from your mistakes. So never get very agitated or carried away that you have committed a mistake you have in your work and you have been told about it. Take it in the right spirit and take it in the right stride. If you can, I would say, train your brain for that, you definitely will be successful. And these external, whatever comes to you, you can shrug it off and proceed further. Be outcome oriented, not only output oriented. Yes, output is expected of you, it will be expected of you. But what will be the outcome of that output? So keep that in mind and work. Be outcome oriented. Another thing is try to learn from whoever is around. Whoever is around in your life. And trust me, even in your individual life, not only professional, if you learn from people, and how do you do that? Keep your mind open more than your eyes and ears. Keep Have an open mind to learn. Even small things, nuggets you would learn, which will be helpful for you to apply in your job. It can be applicable. So whoever it is, there is always something to learn from everyone. Be that open-minded person. Teamwork, very, very important. Now, if you cannot engage into a teamwork, you will be tagged as a very, at times maybe a very arrogant person, or maybe a very non-democratic person, non-inclusive person. Again, it leads to it links to professionalism. You should never keep your cards close to the chest. That what I do, I'm not going to share with anyone. I'm not going to tell anyone unless you learn to share and collaborate. But that doesn't mean that, spill all the beans. It doesn't mean that. So you have to be very tactical in that, very diplomatic in that, but you have to engage in a teamwork. And that is the reason, even for senior professionals, when we have workshops, we have those team building workshops. It is very, very essential. It doesn't sound that important, but it is very, very important. Teamwork. Develop on your inter and interpersonal relationship. Interpersonal relationship with your colleagues around, with your peers around, with your seniors around, your manager, with anyone. That is very, very important, to be in touch with them. Always, give them a feeling that you are ready to take up any challenge and you are there to support. So the moment the person feels comfortable with your presence, they also in turn share with you, maybe some better way of working, or for any particular project, how that can meet the target, which is very, very important. uh, Now I will come to something very, very important, is attitude. It always says that if you have the right attitude, you can win any battle, no matter how difficult the journey is, the tough the challenges are, but you are going to shine. Now, what is attitude? If you take each letter of the word attitude, starting with the letter A as one, the numerics, and go on adding A plus T plus T plus I plus, the TUDE, you would see that it adds up to 100. What does it mean? It means giving your 100%. And here you have to be very, very honest. It's not that you show that you're giving 100%, but you are expected to really give your 100%. Now, there is also a small catch here. What do you think giving 100% is? I have seen many a times, suppose my team, they made a presentation, uh, and it uh, it is not as per the expectation was, or it will not suffice the expectation of the management, or what the project is, or it would not really link up to what we were wanting. They get very disheartened, and they say, many times they say, I had wasted, some people use this term, some people say, I have spent the whole night, hours on this, and it is not liked. There must be a gap. So the 100% what you are expected to give does not mean what you feel it is 100%, but what is that 100% expected from you. So that 100% is with you as a professional, which is very, very important. Keep that in mind always. Second thing is awareness. It is very, very important that you be aware of, I would say, each and everything that you can learn around again. Now, with a little, now here, what I mean is learning is not what I said before, but uh, it is something what can take you forward in your journey steps higher. Current affairs doesn't matter if you are not from non-technical, if you're not from a non-technical background, it doesn't matter if you're a technical person, but that doesn't mean that you learn about the industry, what is going around. Maybe you are not a finance person, but you have to be financially aware. You have to learn what the how the economy is growing, what is the GDP saying of your state, of the country, where is it taking you, what is the future after 5 years. Presently, we are hearing a lot on the tariffs, 50% tariff. What is it? How is it going to, impact India's exports? So, and how is going to, negatively impact the business, because it's quite higher tariff. The new GST rules and regulations have come out. So, what does it say? What is that? There were four structures, now only two exist, five and I guess 18. So what do they say, which are the commodities on which you have this GST applicable, which does not? So mainly it says that for the commoners like us, it will really be very beneficial to our pocket, mainly for luxury items, it would be highly levied. But anyway, I'm not going too much into it. What is that happening? What will be the impact of the war, the two very very sad, unfortunate wars which are going out in the country? It may be happening in Russia or Ukraine or Gaza, Israel. How is it impacting your country? Because end of the day, if you're living in this country, it would impact your profession also, your life also, some way or the other. What is the oil? How Saudi, which was very very important in its oil reserve, it is still there, but how the rigs are just lying non-functional. Why? How is going to impact? Basically what I'm saying is you have to be very aware and a conscious individual and professional, which is very very important. Another thing, I wish it was a in-person session, and I would have asked you that how many of you really read newspapers, which is very very important. Most of us, we don't read newspapers. So I really recommend that you do read newspapers, at least one. Okay, if you get a tabloid, fine. One main paper, mainline paper, and one finance paper, the pink paper. It will definitely help you get different perspectives. Otherwise, just the Google alerts won't, it will give you news, but it will not make you learn much. So that is very, very important. Whether it is even safety. What are the safety rules? For ladies, especially, what you need to understand and learn about safety. It is very important. What is zero FIR? What are the women's safety measures? What are the posh, prevention of for women's safety against, sexual harassment at workplace, at educational institute, anywhere? So what are those act, under which act, whether it's companies act 13, and what does it say, how you are entitled for a safe atmosphere? You have to be an aware individual. And I always say this, more than your qualification, education is important. And education, you don't always gain from your qualification. You have to go beyond your qualification. It is very important. Second, next thing is focus. Be focused in your life, in your what you're doing. Otherwise, what would happen is you would just go like a rudderless ship, which will not help in you in your journey, taking choosing the right path for you and put keeping you on the track and not go off track. uh, Communication, very 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 important. you know each and every expression, whether your facial expression, what you're saying, verbal communication, your non-verbal communication, visual communication, everything has an impact in your life, because it can spoil something, it can make something. You have to learn the art of communication, whether you're a student or you're aspiring to really grow, grow into a leader. I think every one of us, each one of us, we want to be leaders at one point of a time. And for this, communication is very, very important. Communication also leads to one thing, is grooming. You have to groom yourself to be respected, to be, I would say, to be included in the entire professional ecosystem. Especially for girls, it's still a fight which even I face. You would find very even just one or two, as you grow higher, of course, in the ladder in senior management, very few ladies, women, they are they hold the important chairs. Your grooming would take you to a different planet altogether. And grooming does not mean you wearing expensive clothes, but a very, I would say, a crisp personality, what grooming can help you in. You have to be a very, very smart personality holding person. that your personality will really be adored and admired. And again, personality doesn't is not only physical but the soft skills also. So you have to groom yourself, make yourself very for the situation. Suppose for interview, where while you go to an interview, you should know how to dress up. Again, you can just go in a very very simple ordinary clothes, but it has to be crisp and it has to have a very smart look. The way you sit, the way you talk, communication is a very vast subject, which is my subject, and it has different aspects. I don't want to cover all that here, but the choice of words, how how you are using your hands, how you are using your facial expression. It should not show nervousness when you're going for an interview. It should emit confidence. The way you sit, from the time you get into the interview room, people should say, "Oh, wow, that wow factor you should bring in to the other side of the table." And always when you're going for an interview or for any meeting or presentation while you're in the service, what you have to do, the best exercise is to go to think yourself as a person other side of the table and question yourself. So the moment you do a role play of the interviewer or the client, you will throw yourself 10 questions more what you may not have thought about it. So what it will make is make you prepared, so you go well prepared. So going well prepared is also very much important for proper grooming. Be very well prepared when you are facing something. Another very important is in today's date is productive networking. My friends, it is very important. Use the social media channels very wisely and not loosely. LinkedIn is a nice platform. There are different platforms, but LinkedIn also is a nice platform. You increase your network, whatever field you are in or where you want to go. Just go and search for the meaningful people there. Get yourself connected. It can help you in your job, it can help you in your learning, it can help you in your cross industry knowledge. It can help you better what you are doing at present at work, which is very very important. So productive networking, suppose there is a dinner hosted or a conference hosted by a particular industry body, even if it's a paid registration, and you think that it will help you, that you have to be a little prudent and judicious. Please enroll, register yourself, and go meet 10 people. You don't have to stay, no one will call you, "Hi, who are you?" You have to go and say, "Hi, I am so and so. I just came. This is my first conference. I came to learn. I am very interested about the theme of this conference. Oh, you're from which company? What does your company do? How can we collaborate? Can I have your number if you don't mind?" Very respectfully, that I want to come and learn from you. Widen your network. Very, very important. And it is productive networking. Multitasking and efficiency. In today's fast-paced world, you have to, how, you all technical people, you all work on coding and, the soft or other software upgradation, or we have it on in our gadget. That software upgradation should happen inside you, and you should do that. It is very important. Go on upgrading yourself. After 6 months, pause and just note down, write. See, the power of writing, we don't understand, but it's a tremendous effect, which we don't do. Write down, note down what I was 6 months back and what I am now. If you think you really cannot put forth 10 points, then you are stuck. That is the reality. And if you see around, even if you don't, I'm sorry, in the rat race, so called, still you need to be with go with the tide. So you have to go with the pace. It doesn't mean you should run, but you should go with the pace. Don't be left back or left alone. That I always tell all people, everyone who from campus, they are going towards their the journey to make their career. Don't make yourself in a position that you're left alone. So that is very, very important. You have to uh, uh, learn multitasking. You have to learn to be efficient, because efficiency is something every corporate would want. No matter, let me tell you a truth. Many companies, they talk about uh, some values, beliefs, their mission, vision, goals, which talk about inclusiveness, which talks about equality, which talks about respect for individual, to talk about learning from your mistakes. End of the day, the best, as they say, let the best person win in any race or anything. So the best person wins, and you have to make yourself as the best person. Now, to be efficient, this is very, very important. Try and learn Pareto principle. It is all about the 80-20 rule. It will help you. uh, Take it seriously, it will help you. It is called the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. It states that approximately 80% of your outcome or results are from 20% of causes or effort. I am repeating, 80% of outcomes result from 20% of causes and efforts. So that should be mastered by you. Go Google search and go to the internet and learn. The principle suggests that a small number of inputs or activities have a disproportionately large impact. Okay, so it was, of course, I'm not going into who said Wilfredo Pareto and all that, but businesses and individuals use this principle to identify what the high impact tasks and focus their efforts on achieving greater productivity and efficiency. Okay, so that is very, very important, the 80-20 rule. I think it would help you. Before I go to a little, I delve down or deep down. I'm really rushing because I joined late. I'm sorry. Uh, Very, very important is self introspection. My friends, unless you do self introspection, and introspection doesn't mean that you meditate every morning or evening. No, I don't mean that. That is important. That again relates to health and well being. Self introspection is every day before you go to sleep, think about how the day had gone, what could have been better, what you could have avoided, what you shouldn't have done, what was your mistake. And while you do that, you have to be very fair, not to make yourself happy. Because when you go in front of the mirror and see yourself, let not there be anyone else while you're doing this introspection. It is just about understanding what your potentials are, and what are the I would say vices, and what are the virtues, what are your attributes, what are the USPs you have. And that only can be done when you really fairly think. Here I would say again, because you all are now quite senior in your academics, I would say again, like Pareto principle, it's a different thing. Here, go and study the Johari window. In management, it is taught to us Johari window. Very, very effective and very useful. Trust me, it would not only help in your profession, but in your personal life. And if your personal life is peaceful, happy, I think your professional life will have a very positive manifestation. Because ultimately, your personal or individual life and your professional life, complements and supplements each other. So you have to develop yourself to be a very matured personality, a person, an individual, to be a very successful professional, or I would say outcome oriented professional. That is very important. Johari window has four quadrants. Your like it all talks about self realization, like uh, you know what are the blind spots, like it first it talks what you know about yourself that others don't know about you. The second window says what others know about you, you don't know about yourself. Trust me here. There are many things you don't know about yourself. Right now, whenever you're hearing this podcast or this session, if I ask you, I will give you 2 minutes, write 10 good points about you, 10 bad points about you. You would pick up a paper fast, you would pick up a pen fast, but it would take a lot of time in thinking. Why? We should know ourselves, right? That is important. So here, there are many things what people know about you. You know what? Many of the times, how we talk, we don't realize. How we act, we do. How we react, because most of the time we don't respond, we react. How we react, we don't realize. People understand, react that. Ask them. Feedback. Taking feedback can only make you a better person, better professional. Without feedback, without openness of mind to take uh, criticism. I don't mean cynicism, criticism. You cannot go to the next higher level. So this is very important, which you can learn. So the third quadrant says what you know about yourself, what others also know about yourself. And the fourth says what you don't know about yourself, what others don't know about yourself. So it's completely the blind window. And that creates the maximum problem in our lives. The clashes which happen, the discord, the disagreement, breaking up of relationship. Work on Johari window, I'm sure it would affect. These are very small points which I'm telling you, as we say, micro moves, but the impact is huge at a greater level. It is a powerful lens, micro moves or for macro impact lens to reframe how you can approach career building. It is not just about your grand gestures or big time breaks. It's about the small consistent actions that compound over the time, how you have compounding interest that will have. So that it blends strategic insight, philosophical depth, perfect for an engaging discussion with anyone or with in your profession. The core concept is tiny intentional actions that require minimum effort but yield long time benefits, a, a shadow of the Pareto principle which we spoke. So that you have to see which don't go into projects or which has suppose huge investment but the return of investment is not much. So similarly, don't go into projects which you have to drain yourself, but end of the day it won't be a satisfying quotient for you. That is important. So why wait for the big moments which can delay the progress? So that is all what you have to see, that what how I should start, where I should start, and what is the pace I should go and how it should take me, which does not delay the process. uh, there is a I you know there is a saying, there's an idea says that the daily votes for your future self. So that you have to do for yourself. For your future self, what are the daily votes you give to yourself? Second is definitely skill building. Now here when I say skill building, it is industry related skills, it is technical skills, it is soft skills. All makes you as a very skilled individual. So suppose you are into a software industry. As I said, you have to be well aware and read everything else, but you have to regularly be keep yourself abreast on the industry related the developments and the articles. Read, children, read. Practice a new tool or software for 10 minutes daily. Because I'm saying, because you're technical, trust me, I am never from a technical background. I'm a non-techie, and I really, I'm very bad with technology. So when I've always worked in the infrastructure industry, aviation, transportation, when I was put on a project for GCC, the Global Capability Center, which is, I'm sorry, which is very much innovation driven and technology driven, transformation driven. I got, I never thought that I could really survive. But what I never did is I never believed that I cannot do. And I started learning little things about technology, little things about the software which are being used for my field for communication. What I didn't even know what Scrum solution architect does, integration does, what is an enterprise architect. I learned. When the learning is new, you have to put in a lot of effort, and that effort, that hard work will never go in vain. So what skill is becoming obsolete, what is emerging, everything. Please don't have the mindset that I am this, I can do this much. Stretching yourself, very important. Influence and relationship of micro moves. So, when you're in the class or when you're in a meeting, never feel shy to ask any thoughtful question. If you feel that if I ask, I'll, uh, you know, maybe I look as a really a foolish person. So be it. How does it matter? Life is very, very vast and long. Small things, never let it, affect you. Just shrug it off your shoulder, because ultimately you have the motive with you. So that ultimate motive you have to learn. That is very, very important. Volunteer in the small leadership roles, event coordination, group facilitation. So these will again make you learn, work hands on. Recognizing others contribution, very, very important to build in the trust and visibility, which I was talking about also. The more you recognize people's effort, they will recognize yours. Let it be a mutual admiration club. How does it matter? As long as you are bonding. When I was talking about visibility, personal branding, you should work on your personal branding. You should be a brand in yourself to brand another company where you work in, because ultimately you are the brand for that company. You are the brand ambassador for the company. Each and every employee are the brand ambassadors for a particular company. Each and every, all of you, each and every student who for who this event is, are brand ambassadors for Stanley Technological and Engineering and Technology College. Each and every, so the brand which you carry with you is important. So always see that you never tarnish the brand of yourself or your alma mater, which is very, very important. Right. LinkedIn, as I was talking to you, learn small, try writing small articles. Okay, it will give you the confidence to write even more. You will be visible. People would know you. You never know. Maybe you get a very amazing offer from one of the top companies, one of the big fours, big fives, or the Googles and Microsoft. Who knows? So it can lead you to somewhere where you would really enjoy the the pedestal where you are in, and also it gives you respect. Respect is very important, right? We all work towards it. It is very, very important. Okay, and embrace progress over perfection. You have to be perfect, but never stop somewhere in pursuit of perfection. Perfection again is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not be perfect, because perfect makes a man. Practice makes a man perfect. So that practice should not be so long that it hinders your progress. So embrace progress over perfection at times. If you see that perfecting, trying to be perfect on something which is taking you years, forget that, because there is always a greener pasture. So you have to go there. So do that. Celebrate small wins. Track them. Track them regularly. Small win. Never say, oh, this is a small thing. Celebrate it. That will give you further confidence. It is very, very, important. So every day, what have I learned from this moment? That is very, very important. From theory to action, the how from micro move challenges, challenge one micro move from each activity what you do, whether it's skill, influence, or visibility. Write them down and better that for the in your next move. uh, One thing I would say, go to uh, the case studies, like how small startups, whether it's Microsoft, Google, we have all learned, we know the stories also. Read them again. How they started in a very small way, and the effect which now it has is immense, immense. So that you have to learn. Like uh, Flipkart. Okay. Now, it was, how did Flipkart start? If you know, fine. If you, some of you who do not know, it started with a small simple online bookstore and expanded to a vast e-commerce marketplace with variety of products, and used its growing customer base and funding to become a massive online retailer, demonstrating the power of vision, execution, and strategic fundraising. So they started small, a micro move, small move of a just an online big store, but the hunger in them to grow, the way they moved, the strategy behind it, the sincerity behind it, the the thought process, the innovation behind it. Today it has come to this place. Even Amazon, forget about the revenue, the market share which they have, it's mind boggling. That is the vision people started with. Like case study of Flipkart, if we say. So in way back in the some in the 2000s, somewhere, so shopping for books in India, now it involved limited access and convenience, we all know. So how do we get access to read more, to read more book? So what was the solution they thought about? It began, how when they began as an online bookstore in Bangalore, just delivering books anywhere in India. It started offering very user friendly exercise. End of the day, as a customer, as an employee, you should provide a very user friendly or very acceptable experience for other people. That is very, very important, because that can give you a more acceptability and inclusion in the system. So growth and funding, how did they do? Now they first secured their first investment of some, I think, so 1.5 million from a partner, and then they expanded its products and categories to music, electronics, mobile phone, etc., etc. They scaled up. They scaled up. So by building a robust online marketplace and logistics like a cart and yeah, I can remember that. Flipkart could handle a massive volume of products and customers. So they expanded a robust online marketplace. So, and from an online bookstore, they achieved their unicorn status through consistent expansion, continuous improvement, significant investment. Of course, I mean, later on they got it. So Flipkart grew to be India's, largest e-commerce platform, eventually serving now how many millions, hundreds and hundreds millions of registered user to, become an unicorn. So these are the inspirational stories you should study, you should learn. Uh, Not only this, in your free time, don't always see, entertainment is very important in life. It can, it frees up your mind, and it relaxes your brain. But trust me, go to YouTube, go on internet, read blogs, try to write blogs. First you write for yourself. You don't have to go and publish it somewhere. Show it to a very trusted friend what you have, that give me, be very critical about what I have written, which will help you. So, and also here the very the interviews which has weight and matter from people, from very learned and experienced professionals, that will teach you a lot. Each and every interview, trust me, will really make you learn a lot. And even it will help you how to carry yourself, how to speak. You will have matter. Like, for example, I recommend this, my personal choice. First post, there is, you know, every day, 1 hour show of Palki Sharma. I recommend everyone, to do that, to watch it every day. It will cover the entire globe, and it will give you such value add with a very clinical bent of mind, that you can really learn. For any macro impact, Rome was not built in a day. It took years and years and years, step by step. Any macro impact will not happen ASAP. Instant gratification. Don't even wait for instant recognition always. It may happen, it may not happen. But your small moves and well thought moves, not drastic moves, each and every step will take you from the next upper, higher step in your career. The comfort cloak of being a student is not always available when you move to your career. As I started with, it's a wonderland that you have to embrace. Each and every move, each and every baby step should be well thought of, uh, strategized. You're too young to strategize everything, so it will go wrong. It can, I'm not saying it can go wrong, it will go wrong. It goes wrong for us every third day. Be like the phoenix, burn to ashes and grow up. Each and every move will be a learning platform for you, experience for you, and it will help you. Each and every mistake which help you to go to the higher level. But you should not forget the learning what you're getting from those small moves. From your, you have completed your engineering. Now you will be having the placements. Each and every ecosystem, as I told you earlier, will learn you something. You have to grow yourself, develop yourself to be a complete individual, which will definitely help you to be a complete professional. Have Try to have a mentor in life. Try to have an idol in life. Like, whatever your interest is, try to have it. Oh, she's my idol. She's my mentor. He is my mentor. He is my idol. Whatever, irrespective of caste, community, gender. Have one mentor, have one philosophy in life, have that guiding light, that north star in your life, which will help your journey easy and smooth. I think even whatever I said, even a crux of it, if you have really, it has seeped in you, I am confident it will help in your journey, because end of the day, the technical knowledge what you have gained from your curriculum will help you just do your perform your job easily, or like your expertise in it you can use. But end of the day, there are thousand other factors around you will face in your career, in your profession, which you have to tackle more than you have to what you have learned that you need to apply in your job. Trust me, it will help you. That is all I have to say. uh, any question from anyone, or whatever, uh, I'm ready to take.
You are now unmuted.
We are waiting for questions from.
Sure.
You are now muted.
So just a second. One second, please. Okay, so now what is clear vision? The clarity of what you need to do in life, the profession you need to take, which stream you're going to take, uh, which vertical of your learning you're going to apply. First, that you have to decide. You can definitely take help of a counselor, a career counselor, education counselor, of course, before what you have taken a career counselor, and start somewhere with a surety. There you cannot vacillate or be indecisive. You have to be decisive on what you are about to do in life, where you have to achieve. For that, you have to set your short term and long term goals. And everything not in your mind, you have to put them in black and white. So if you know that this is my short term goal, that I am here today, my aim is to get a job in one of the the top tier industries, organization. If not, then what is the plan B for me? The to like this next tier institute organizations, or the third, stop at that, because you cannot go on and on and on. But your target should be set, which is very very important. So next 3 years, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I want to join as in this uh, seniority, or particular band, or position. And my target is to reach so and so level in the next 3 years, then 5 years. So make a short term goal of 5 years, and then slowly the long term goals. So both are important, short term and long term goal, and that will only give you a clarity. And if you still think that no, you need some professional advice, go for it. Everything you cannot learn, but don't do one thing which will make you even more confused. Ask unnecessary 10,000 people who doesn't even know what you should do. Suppose if you come and ask me that, okay, I'm into technology and engineering, so what I should do now? I'm not the right person to guide you. Go to the right guide. That will help you.
You are now unmuted.
How do I lead a team where the members are unresponsive and not willing to collaborate with each other?
First, you have
You are
to
now
be
muted.
a team member, then a team leader. whatever little I have I've achieved in my life, I uh, give the maximum credit to my team members, because the team members make your path easy to be a very effective manager. Don't try to be the best manager. Those are very generic terms. Effective manager. For that, first you have to be with them. You have to partner with them. You have to make them feel that you are part of the team and you are there to handhold, you are there to mentor, teach, and collaborate. And also, you have to be very strict on something for any project or whatever you're doing, that there should be a teamwork. Anyone you see that it is not a team performer, who doesn't want to, which I spoke also, that you have to be a team performer, team worker. Teamwork is important, that you have to be very strict and give them an ultimatum, after, not immediately, after some counseling. You have to do a lot of counseling as a leader. See, leader, you cannot just be in a day. It takes you years. First you have to yourself be a perfect team worker, a collaborator, then to be a leader. So once you are in that position, you have to ensure that you hold a team with you, where if they fail, it is your responsibility. If they succeed, it is their credit. With you have to have that open mind. I'm sure I love this question from a student. If it is a student that they already have a dream to be a leader, I am so happy. Leadership is very, very difficult, because there are now in today's date only there's what we call is a servant leader. Very, very important to go with it. You have to march along with your team when you're leading the team. The days of autocracy and being very dictatorship and with a very strict no, yes, it does not work. So only it will help if you are a collaborative leader, if you are a team member with them, uh, and then only they will start trusting in you. You have to build that trust, and then they trust you, they will definitely listen to you. And never fail to many leaders, what they do, they make their staff do the suppose a presentation. When they go and present, they behave as if they have done it. In a meeting, if you go and present, if maybe you have corrected the presentation, brushed it, cosmetics done, cleaned it, but if you go and say that the credit of this presentation goes to so and so, you see the morale booster happening there, and how they become loyal to you in profession, and how they would love to collaborate you. So first and foremost, you have to be a leader with a very magnanimity. If you're magnanimous, you are the perfect leader.
You are now unmuted.
Okay, thank you for answering the question, ma'am. We have another question. Madam spoke about visibility on social media or LinkedIn. I have not posted anything, but I have done a lot. So now, how can I correct that mistake?
It is not a mistake. It is just a mistake. Rather,
You
you're
are now
an
muted.
advantage. You have all that repository with you. So read them again. See, I always, I do it myself. I also advise people. If you're not in a great hurry, whatever you write, you wait for some time and then again read it. If you have time, read it for the second time. You will see that you're going on correcting yourself. So whatever you have written, fine. You, if you need to make it very applicable to, like, 9th of September, for example, edit it a bit, post it on LinkedIn, have the right hashtags, tag right people. In fact, it's not a mistake at all. Rather, you are at advantage. You already have content with you.
You are now unmuted.
But honestly, one thing, just for this person, be
You are now
apolitical
muted.
and no religious comment or no harsh yes and no. You can give your opinion, but it should not anyway disturb the peace of someone's mind or the situation around. Be very careful.
You are now unmuted.
Okay, next question. One second. Oh, sorry, I lost the question. 1 minute, ma'am.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah. Uh, in a class or meeting, I think that I understand everything. So, what questions can I ask then?
You are now muted.
In a class,
You are now
can you please
unmuted.
repeat it? If you have understood
You are now
everything, you can
muted.
definitely ask something what you need to know more for better performance. That is very, very necessary. Uh, Let me be honest with you. I don't think you can ever say that I've understood everything, because there is always a different thought process of someone who's teaching you. Because I'm sure the wealth of knowledge what they have is more through because of their experience and more learning. So even if you feel that yes, you have understood everything, it is very nice to have that confidence. But I think, trust me, that you when you go back and if anyone asks you to note everything and all the learnings, you would falter. So I don't think in any meeting, any class, we come out saying, I have understood everything. There's, trust me, the moment you feel there's nothing more to learn, you should really think about working on your, I would say, mental space, or you need some counseling. Because if learning is stopped, that you have learned everything, which means that there is no progress for you. And I can vouch for it. There is always a new learning every time, every moment, in every class, every meeting.
You are now unmuted.
Um, can you give one or two practical micro moves that I can start today as a student?
It is a very,
You are
very
now muted.
generic question. If you can just tell me what you want to, where you want to move, then I can tell you which is the first macro move. Otherwise, whatever I have said, I think not one or two, all them will help in your immediate move. You can just see this video later, and I'm sure it will help you. I can really guarantee on that.
You are now unmuted.
When they are asked to do outside their job scope. So,
You
first
are
of
now
all,
muted.
I think I have already covered that. That you have to always be with an open mind that you're learning something new. Now, if you I think there is no chance that you should feel demotivated. Rather, you should feel motivated that someone is giving you an additional responsibility, because the person believes that you're capable of it. So that itself is a motivation. How can you feel demotivated? If you're feeling demotivated, I'm so sorry. I don't think you are working towards being a successful professional. Because anything what is given to you out of the scope, the person who's giving you maybe has some thought process, maybe has that confidence and belief in you, that you can do it, which you don't know. You remember we spoke about Johari window, that there are many things we don't know about your ourselves, but people know about you. So the first quadrant of Johari window. So think introspection, which I spoke about, self introspection, that why did that person give me this? And why I cannot do? Ask those questions to yourself and start doing that. Take help as you study in the library, as you surf the internet. And then, trust me, when you can do even halfway, you go through it, you are over motivated already.
You are now unmuted.
Do we have more time for the questions or should we wind up?
I'm okay.
Okay.
If I am perfectly okay.
Okay. Okay, from audience, how do we know that we are doing enough to build our own personal brand as a student?
It should, first of all, show
You are now muted.
that what you tried to achieve by building that brand for yourself, first of all. So, effect. Suppose you want to build up your LinkedIn profile, you want to have 500 followers in the next 6 months. So after 6 months, the moment you see that, okay, this was my target to write everything, some few lines on a few top on any topic every week once, or every twice every week, you have done that, and you see that your this is just an example. Followership has already increased to 500. What your target is, or even gone more. So means that you are on the right track, and building up your personality as a confident, as a very proactive, as a team worker, as a collaborator, and as always a learner type of a professional is self branding in itself.
You are now unmuted.
Follow up about one or two micro moves they can start today. They say they want to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, wonderful. First, you have to learn finance to me. Okay.
You are now muted.
Then, entrepreneur in which industry? What do you want to do? What do you want to set up? Whether you want to set up an NGO, or you want to set up a retail outlet, or you want to, like be an e-commerce giant like Flipkart, how they started with an online book. So that first you have to know which is that industry you want to step into, what is that business you want to do, and why you want to do, whether the business has prospect in today's date, what are the, like we used to spoke about tariffs, we spoke about taxes. So that business case you have to, the first and foremost is you have to build a business case, that what is that business going to yield you after 1 year, where how many years you can do the break even, and how after how many years you can go on profit. For that you have to take people's help, you have to maybe take some CA's help in setting up the accounts, you have to learn some case studies, you have to be thorough. I would say, like, see, I have nothing to do with mm, accounts or anything finance, but I thought that as a leader, and if you want to really be a CEO or a CEO of a company, I should know how to read a PNL. For all of you, very important, learn how to read a cash flow statement, PNL statement, a balance sheet. These three important things, if you want to be an entrepreneur, start right away. You have to understand numbers. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to open a startup. So that is the immediate move what you have to do.
You are now unmuted.
Ma'am, I think that will answer the question. One more question. How do I know whether I'm building the right skill or wasting my time on the wrong one?
Right skill. Yeah, so that there
You
are
are now muted.
more there are so many now on the internet. There are so many professional courses, everywhere available on YouTube, on internet. You just go and search, you will get 10,000 professional courses where you can get an idea in whether, suppose you want to be a social media strategist. There are so many courses you can learn. You can go to some good institutes which have their programs you can enroll into. Now, you cannot stop midway. So first you have to give a serious thought about it, that what is that I'm going to do. And if I want to go into social media, I to do the social media course, right? If I want to go into communication, I should learn communication. I should not go and learn communication if I want to I'm sorry, public relations, if I want to do and go into some software profession, software engineering profession. So no point in doing a public relations course, right? So it has to be in sync, in line with your professional aspiration.
You are now unmuted.
Much for answering all the questions, ma'am. As we move on to our closing, let me ask you some closing questions.
Sure.
Okay. Ma'am, you spoke about professionalism, attitude, and vision. If students were to remember only one key takeaway from your session, what should it be?
Right attitude. Again, just add on the letters.
You are now
100%.
muted. You are
Give
now
your
unmuted.
100%
You
what
are
is
now
expected
muted.
of you in professional, whichever profession you are in. That would lead you to professionalism. That will lead you to everything, all the other aspects. Right attitude in life, towards life.
You are now unmuted.
Right attitude it is, ma'am. Then how can we make sure that our personal brand grows stronger right from college days?
Uh, Learning,
You are now muted.
awareness, grooming, uh, learning, unlearning, relearning, collaboration. Each and everything what I spoke, you, if you can embrace, accept most of them, even some of them, uh, I'm sure it will help in your personal branding. Always remember what you want yourself to be branded as. Again, that you have to be sure. Whether you want to be branded as uh, very skilled software professional, or an engineering ace, or a very able communicator, or a very well articulated uh, teacher, professor. So what is that you want to, that brand you want to create for yourself? Suppose LinkedIn, okay, I want to be known as, what is branding? That what you want your credibility quotient to be portrayed as, and people accepting it. So what is that credibility you want to uh, show to the outer world that you have? What is that USP or the quality you want the outer world, the external world, to know about you? Of course, it should be positive, right? So it depends on how you want yourself to be branded as.
You are now unmuted.
Mm. All right, ma'am. We will keep that in mind. So, ma'am, if you had to leave us with just one micro move that can create a big impact in our career, what would it be?
Have a vision,
You
have
are
a
now
thought
muted.
process, have a very, very positive attitude and believe in yourself, that you can definitely attain that, achieve that with sincerity and hard work. The
You are now
first step
unmuted. You are
itself,
now muted.
start with a positive mind, start with conviction. I can, and I can do it. Don't dilly dally.
You are now unmuted.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much. And thank you once again for the truly impactful session. Your insight on small, consistent actions to lead to life-changing outcomes conveyed a very powerful message to our audience. Thank you very much for joining us for this conclave. And on behalf of the organizing team, I thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Once again, I apologize for being
You
so
are now
late.
muted.
This is not professionalism. So, another thing is that if you have committed to something, anyhow, stick to it, which to some extent I have failed today. I really apologize. And always, again, I say if you have made a mistake, be open hearted to accept it and apologize. It can solve many problems quickly. Thank you so much. I'm really honored for this invitation. Thank you so much. Do all good in life, all the best. I wish you sincerely the best in life to all the students here. Bye bye.
You are now
You are
unmuted.
currently
The only person in this conference.
Thank you for joining us. So, and with that, we officially conclude the 2 week engineering conclave, Rethinking Engineering Futures. Over the past 12 days, we had the privilege of hearing from visionary speakers, innovators, researchers, and professionals who shared their expertise and inspired us with their journeys. On behalf of the Stanley ECMW student chapter, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished speakers for their time, wisdom, and encouragement, our participants and global audience for engaging so actively and keeping the discussions alive, and most importantly, our organizing team and volunteers whose hard work and dedication made this conclave possible. While today marks the conclusion of this event, it is also the beginning of new ideas, connections, and possibilities. Let us take forward the knowledge and inspiration gained here and continue to rethink, reimagine, and reshape the future of engineering. This is Ishrat Tabassum signing off on behalf of Stanley ACMW Student Chapter. Thank you once again for being part of this incredible journey. And we wish you all the very best